Do you think it's slow? Well, actually it does feel slow, and then all of a sudden everything's slow, right? But I think the first couple of days have been very humid. Even today it's, it's quite hot and humid. And then I think there's moist on the grass, then the balls get a little fluffy maybe. The ball doesn't travel through the air the way it usually does. Today already much quicker conditions I felt, and I think Wimbledon will always stay fast, but the thing is that also we have many players today playing from the baseline, and when both are at the baseline you neutralize each other, and what happens is it's hard to hit a winner from the baseline, because you're so far away from each other. So if one guy would move in only, then it would be very different, because then everything would be much faster, because you feel like you're stressed, you don't have the time to set up your shot, but because we're at the baseline, we give each other time all the time, and I think this is where our game is heading, a little bit unfortunately, because I'd love to see more serve and volley and more chip and charge and everything, but with the power and the technology, it just seems it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Now, very well positioned. Kohlschreiber obviously the favorite. As you look past, perhaps we take you past into the second week.
Thank you.
And look at it. Look at the second week. You're clearly the #1 favorite going into this tournament. No question about it. You know what it is to win here. Your toughest challenge is a man who has not won this tournament. He's perhaps reaching his prime. He's possibly the second challenger to you here, since Rafa's not here. Do you feel that Murray is really a threat to your 6th Wimbledon championship?
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's quite a few players actually who are very dangerous, and a few of them are in my section, like Djokovic, for instance, or Tsonga, or Verdasco. You name them. There's some very good players around, floating, and they're ready to take me down. But I definitely think Murray has a great chance. Just obviously being at home, having the crowd support. But I also think he's got a game that suits grass very well, because he does hit the slice very well. He has improved his serve a lot. Mentally, he's much stronger than he used to be. So I just think with all the success he's had, in the last year and a half, I have the feeling he knows himself that he can do well. And he's been in a Grand Slam final before, the US Open, which is a very difficult tournament also to play well at. So I feel like he's definitely got also a very good chance of winning this tournament.
Final question to you. I know you're doing a lot of interviews and you're taking a lot of time very kind of you to do it with us. How does it feel when people say to you, you're the greatest player of all time? Do you feel that you're the greatest player of all time in your own mind? Because Rocket said that, John McEnroe said that.
I don't know. Look, I mean, I feel like I'm the best player of the last 5 years, maybe, or maybe 10 years. I don't know. I mean, I've been very dominant, and I think you definitely need records to back up, your status of greatest ever. I feel like we might never know who is the greatest of all time, just because of the history of tennis. It doesn't really show, because it's been changed maybe too much in the last 50 years or so, or 100 years, that it's hard. Today maybe Grand Slams have much a bigger importance than they used to have, and just to base it down on Grand Slams, is in one way you can see it, but also maybe domination, being #1 in the world, how many titles have you won, who were your rivals. Maybe now that we play on all such different surfaces, maybe does that make it more difficult? Is it more competitive than ever today, or have there been better players in the past? It's all up to debate. But one thing for me, I just think it's nice to be part of such an elite group. But I also think one thing is what we should do is to judge my career once it's over, and not while I'm still playing, even though it's obviously nice that they talk about me this nice and this much.
Well, Roger, most important of all, you bring so much grace to the game.
Thank you.
And to that, all tennis fans, sports fans worldwide are grateful to you for that.
Appreciate
it's wonderful
it. Thanks
to have
very much,
you.
Vijay.
All the very best.
Thank you.
6th Wimbledon.
Hope
Look forward
so.
to it.
Thanks very much, guys.